All right, don't throw away your Christmas cactus when it's done blooming. You can actually regrow these quite easily. So you guys may have gotten a Christmas cactus looks like this at one of your local stores this year. And I'm going to show you how to make it better, bigger, and you can go as big as you want. Actually, this plant right here will probably make a nice 8 to 10-inch basket if you wanted to by next year. It'd be beautiful, and eventually work your way up to a hanging basket. It's really easy to do. So all we're going to do is we're going to start breaking apart the Christmas cactus here in a minute. You can root by water, simply putting it in a cup of water, but it's actually easier to put it straight into the soil if you know what you're doing. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So we're going to actually mix some soil before we start pulling our Christmas cactus apart. And basically you're going to have 1 part perlite, 1 part soil. So take some potting mix there, and then however much potting mix you have, you're just going to dump in your perlite. And it's for draining purposes, because a lot of times with the Christmas cactus, if you're planting it straight into the soil, it sits in wet soil and they'll rot out. So we want it to drain well. We'll mix our soil with the perlite here. It should be fairly white, and then when you do water it, you'll notice the perlite actually comes to the top. All right, that should be good enough. I've got a 6-inch pot, so we're going from a 4-inch pot to a 6-inch pot, and we're just going to fill that up. It may get a little messy here. Fill this to the top. That soil looks great. Okay. All right, next step is we're going to take our Christmas cactus, and you can see it's done blooming for the year. But if we start now, we'll have a much fuller plant next year and a lot of blooms. And all we're simply going to do is we're going to start twisting. We don't need any special tools, no trimmers. You don't need any of that. You just basically twist a 360 motion, and there you have it. I would recommend having a couple nodes. So at the bottom of each one of these cactus connections here, there's actually a node, and it's going to start rooting. So let's leave a couple above. The one on the bottom is going to be planted under the soil line. So we want something sticking above the soil line so the whole thing doesn't rot out. We'll grab maybe 5 of these guys, just twisting, and they break apart real easily. All right. All right, we talked about these nodes here, and you can actually see, the camera catches that. That's actually where the roots are going to start. So we want to place these into the soil, submersing the bottom portion and leaving a little bit of leaf growth up top, and separate these. Separate them a couple inches apart. We have a couple more here. Well, this one's going to be a nice full pot here come next Christmas. And that's what it looks like. It's really simple to do. And now we're going to water this real good, and we don't want to overwater this. Just a little bit of water will actually cause those roots to start searching for water, and they'll start to grow here within another week or so. Actually, it's a very quick process, very simple to do. We're going to give it a little bit of water here, not much, doesn't really need to be soaked, and that's about it. And we're going to let that sit, and by next year you could have a nice hanging basket. This is a 6-inch pot. You go to 8-inch or 10-inch, and you just kind of want to fill that in. And as the plant starts to root, start to get more growth up top, and by next Christmas you'll have a nice beautiful plant. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
If you like what you've seen in today's video, please consider subscribing. If you have interest in a product or more questions from the video, go to mygardenchannel.com and type in your question in the search box at the top of the screen.